Hi everyone, welcome to the monthly lesson for March. This month we'll be covering the standard Ain't Misbehavin' in the key of G. If you haven't already, please download the PDF. You can find it in the description below. Throughout this etude, we'll be working on embellishing the melody with some blues and simple arpeggios. From there, we'll be also adding in some chord stabs and some blues double stops. To start off, we'll be working out of our G chord or G6 chord here at the 3rd fret. I have the basic Freddie Green grip that I'm using as my first stab. So the phrase will sound like this. So I'm working out of the G chord here, stabbing the G6, and then I'm moving up G, A, G, quoting the melody, and then filling in or ornamenting the melody by playing B flat to B to D. So a quick little blues embellishment. From here, I'm playing the A minor 7 chord. I take a stab on the and of 4 and then embellish the melody like so. A 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm playing the A minor 7 here, A, G, and C, and the Freddie Green grip. And then I'm sliding from my C to the B, the 3rd to the 9, approaching the 1, up the triad with the triplet rhythm. From there, I'm stabbing the G over B and then setting up a G7 chord. So I have the stab going 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my phrase. So I have G over B here, B, G, and D from our Freddie Green grips. And then I'm working out of my G chord C shape, starting on an arpeggio from the 3rd. So I approach it, B to B flat, D, F, A. So this is a G9 arpeggio. You can see the G9 chord here. From there, I'm going to play a quick 1 to flat 9 embellishment. And then I lead down the C chord because we're going from a C now, or C6, to a C minor, or C minor 6. And I'm looking at that C6 chord to C minor 6 chord here. So I have 3, 4, stabbing on my C minor 6. So once I come down the triad of the C major, hit the B, and then I come down and land on the C minor 6 chord. Hi everyone, Mint Morris here. In this lesson, we'll be covering the Freddie Green rhythm guitar arrangement for the tune of the month, Ain't Misbehavin'. We'll be in the key of G, and you can follow along in the PDF attached below. We'll be starting off on our G6 chord. We have a progression working from G6 to a diminished chord where we take the middle finger and first finger and bring them both up a half step. We have now a G sharp, F, and B. This is functioning as the 5 of the chord that we're about to go to, which is an A minor. So we have the 1, G6, to the 5 of the A minor chord, that's the 2 chord in the key of G, and the 5 of the A minor is an E7. So we do have the G sharp, that's the 3rd of E, the B, which is the 5th, and then we have an F. So this is the flat 9, or we can think of it as a diminished chord. There are a couple ways of conceptualizing it. I like thinking of it as a passing diminished chord just to connect the G to the A minor, but you can think of it as the 5 like I just showed you. So we have the E7 flat 9 that resolves to the A minor. From there, we're going to move up to another diminished chord. This is really a type of like E flat 7 chord with a flat 9, or if you want to think of it in terms of like an E diminished, the flat 5 in the bass, you can, but to me that's complicated. I rather just think of it as a diminished chord leading to a G over B, which is the next chord in our progression. So we have the B, G, and D. So we have the 1 chord, diminished passing, the 2 minor chord, diminished passing, back to the 1. So a really simple way of thinking about the beginning of this change is just really going 1, then thinking of the 2 minor as a substitute for the 5. We've talked about why that's the case. You can kind of just see how the shapes relate if you're not sure. And then back to the 1. So it's really just like a 1, 5, 1. So that's a simple way of addressing the changes, or it could be a simple way of beginning to solo over those changes if you don't want to put in all of the half step movements in the 2 minor chord. So far we've got G6, diminished, A minor, diminished, G over B. Now we're setting up a G7 to go to the 4 chord in the key of G, that's the C.